Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lisa Elvin Steltari, and I am a genealogist and a passionate traveler. Over the last several years, I've been focusing my attention on les filles du roi and les FDR Marie, trying to get to know these incredible women. I think there are almost 1,000 of them that I need to explore. We are today going to be focusing on one of them, episode 295 actually, on les filles du roi. But before we begin, let me show you ways you can help the channel. You can support the channel. The first three keep you in the know. Subscribe, like this video, and notify so that you know whenever I post new content. The next couple of ways are ways to help the channel itself grow. I now have YouTube memberships as well, so have a look at that in the links below. If that's something you'd like to do, it starts from 99 cents a month to, I think, $24.99. And of course, there's also the super likes, and also you can go on my website to contribute as well at haverootswilltravel.com. And with that being said, let's get to know our filles du roi of this episode. Today's episode of Les Filles du Roi, episode 295, is Marie Lamy, and she comes to us from a viewer request that I recently received, and also she happens to be the wife of that famous boy next door. So this is for his wife as well. Now, Marie is one of those people that we don't know a great deal about. We don't know where in France she is from. And in fact, if she is from France, we assume she is. Her parents are unknown. And we do know that she was born about 1653. We also know that she came on the Prince Maurice. July 30th, 1671 is when she would have arrived in New France. The groom that she selected and who selected her, his name was François Chevreul, fils de Lamy. He was born in 1643 in Périgueux, France. Now, you can see that Périgueux is from the Nouvelle-Aquitaine region of France, and inside of that region, we have the Dordogne département, or county as we would call it. Périgueux is the cultural heart of the Périgord region in southwestern France, and it's a city steeped in history and charm, and it dates back to Roman times when it was known as Vezuna. It preserves its ancient heritage through landmarks like the Vezuna Gallo-Roman Museum. During the Middle Ages, it thrived as a fortified town, leaving a legacy of medieval streets and Renaissance architecture. You can see the Church of Saint-Étienne de la Cité or Saint-Front Cathedral are part of the amazing historical avenue or the history of this area. The city's vibrant markets and old town highlights both the culinary and cultural riches of this place that includes such things as truffles and foie gras and duck confit and wine. So it is truly one of those classic French areas that I would love to see. François arrived as a Carignan-Salieres soldier on the 12th of September, 1665. He was part of the Saint-Ours Company. François and Marie would marry sometime between 1671 and 1672, we believe, in Saint-Ours. No marriage record has been found. Obviously, this is often the case with this particular section of Quebec, just because the records it was really quite remote. So in Saint-Ours, obviously they probably got married there, or perhaps it was a traveling minister, but certainly they were married sometime in that. That is one of the reasons that we don't know a great deal about Marie, because we don't have her marriage record. The family would settle at Saint-Ours. It is located along the Richelieu River in Quebec's Montérégie region. Saint-Ours is a community steeped in history. Its name honors Saint-Ours, a 6th century bishop in France, and the town's origins date back to land grants in the 17th century under the seigneurial system. A key figure in its history is Pierre de Saint-Ours, an officer of the Carignan-Salieres regiment. This regiment was vital in defending New France and securing the Richelieu River Valley. The area later became a hub for settlement and agriculture. In the 19th century, the Saint-Ours Canal was built, linking the Richelieu River to broader trade networks, enhancing the town's economic significance. Today, the canal is a National Historic Site, celebrating its role in transportation history. The modern Saint-Ours is a quiet rural community with a rich legacy. Its historical landmarks like the Saint-Ours Church and remnants of the Seigneurial Pass make it truly a place to explore. This is going to be on the list the next time I go to Quebec. So this is where they settled. So they would establish a family. Marie Anne would marry André Chapdelaine and have 13 children, all of whom made it to adulthood. Louis married Geneviève Faye and would have 14 children, 9 of whom made it and 7 who would leave descendants. Maître would die at the age of 6, and François would die at the age of 8. We do know that François would pass away at the very tragic age of 35 on May 18, 1678. He and Marie would have been married a mere 15 years. So Marie would find a second groom. His name was Jean Duval, and he was born about 1641. And like her, we do not know his birth location or his parents. Jean would have arrived in 1665 as a part of the Saint-Ours troop, which is part of the same regiment that her first husband was. Did they know each other? One would have to presume that yes, they did know each other. So Jean would actually arrive as a soldier, and then he would stay on and work as a Sulpician in Montreal, in the Maison des Seigneurs de la dite Ile de Saint-Sulpice. You can see him there. He's 30 years old, and he worked. Now, he worked his way up to becoming a judge for the Seigneurie of Saint-Ours, which I thought was just amazing. For the second time, Marie would marry in Saint-Ours, and for the second time, there is no marriage record. Remember that the church would have been built in 1681, the parish, and this would have been about 1679. They would go on to have 5 children. Jean would pass away at age 1. Françoise would marry Charles Dutot and have 2 children, both of whom made it to adulthood. Pierre would marry Marie-Madeleine Brisset and have 7 children, all of whom made it. He then married Françoise Antoine Fournier and had 1 more child who also made it. Marc-Antoine married Marie-Renée Dessel and had 2 children, both of whom made it to adulthood. Marie-Jeanne would marry François Messy, but would pass away 2 years after their marriage, leaving no descendants. In the 1681 census, we find the recently married Jean and Marie. They are, obviously the children are the children of her first husband, Anne, Louis, Maître, François, and then we have Jean, who appears in the 1681 census. They have 1 gun, 2 bêtes à cornes, which are 2 goats or 2 horned animals, and we have 6 alpins valaires, about 4 acres of land. Tragically, Marie would suffer another loss of a husband. Sometime we do not have any records of him. We know that sometime between 1691 and 1704 is when he would have passed. He would live to the remarkable age of 80, dying in 1733, which is a remarkable achievement. And she would leave us 50 descendants in 1729. And so ends our story of Marie Lamy. I'm just amazed by the fact that they came from France and then went to a place like Saint-Ours. And she was able to be a pioneer and make a living and survive the loss of 2 husbands and leave us with, 51 descendants. Ain't so bad. But the fact that someone has requested her means that her line lives on. So for that, we are so grateful that she came to our shores. We bless her memory, and we are ever so grateful that she came and she survived. And I am very grateful. And to my patrons and supporters, you all just, are just amazing to me. And you just keep giving and are there for me and, like the channel and give me feedback. Thank you so very, very much. And with that being said, I will see you on the next episode of Les Filles du Roi. Until then, au revoir.